Let's get ready to Wednesday, my dudes. You didn't think I'd throw the mic? I threw the mic. Entering the ring tonight at a weight of none of our business, we welcome a toy photographer who's made a name for himself, capturing more machismo than Razor Ramon. He has more high-flying shots than Superfly Jimmy Snuka. He's broken more hearts than the Heartbreak Kid, but you know the one thing he ain't got? Nicer thighs than Rhea Ripley. Anyway, please welcome MBG1211 to the show. Now, for the millions watching at home, if you can't smell what's cooking, I got 3 words for you. Roll that intro. Woo! I'm exhausted. That was whew.
That was impressive.
Like that? Well,
yeah, I like that one.
I give huge credit to Steve Morrow. He was chatting with me and gave me a little inspiration. So
nice.
Thank you, Steve, for continuing to be a better J Shot than me. Cheers, buddy. It is Wednesday, my dudes, and this is episode 82 of
82, I think. Yeah,
we're close enough. 82
of
Between Two Sentinels. And before we get started, I do want to give a huge shout out to the Fallen Fett Chronicles for celebrating their 100th episode tonight, which I think we'll be making a run in on, right? Continuing with the wrestling.
We might do a run in.
Making an appearance. So, but yeah, 100 episodes. Congratulations to the Fallen Fett. 82 for us, but hey, we don't count all our specials and stuff, right? Those are different. Those are extra. We're probably closer to it, but it happens anyway. I am Jay Shot, as always, and with me, as always, is the one and only Machu Toy. How you doing, Machu?
Ahoy, ahoy! I'm doing pretty good, except for the little production gremlins that we had before getting on.
Yeah,
didn't
we
have
did the show live from the basement.
Yeah.
We
should probably do that one time, but like we should have did that in like earlier in the summer. That would have been fun.
Well, it is nice and air conditioned down there, so
that is true.
But but we can do it in the winter too. So
you got heating.
It's true. What'd you get in this week? Anything exciting?
What I get? What'd
you get?
I got the SHF Spider-Punk finally.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I ordered it through Hobby Genki when we were at San Diego Comic-Con.
Okay.
For some reason, the shipping went the other way that it normally does, so it didn't show up like 2 days later. But like, hey, I'm happy with this figure, man. It moves really well. I have to find the Nico head sculpt that I have to put this on. But
I thought you showed it with the Nico head. That was the other head sculpt?
No, this is the SHF head sculpt. Hold on, let me get on the other camera.
Yeah. Do you think?
I didn't even set up this camera. Not even in focus. There you go.
Oh, nice. Here, let me give you full screen here. There you go. Oh, that does look good.
With Odia sitting in his chair.
I'm loving the all the work that other people are doing with Odious and making all the Odious characters. Shout out to Jurassic Jesser, who I saw today doing this Sorcerer Supreme Odious, which was pretty good too. Oh, very nice.
What'd you get?
So I got, and I'm opening it up now. I got a mystery box at first because I didn't remember what the hell it was. And I was like, when did I get a box from Ami Ami? I don't order from Ami, but I remembered where it was from, and I blocked off.
Well, that's from 796, I bet.
No, it's from Iwawatu, and
okay.
Yes, and just so people know, I live on Wolverine Street. That's as far as I'll give you for my address. So he addressed it to James J. Shot Howlett, which I think is just hysterical. And had to explain to my wife that it was not an accident. But he sent me a big old bag of Mezits.
Oh,
so he had all these Mezits and was like, "Hey, does anybody want them?" And I was like, "Shit, I'll take them." Sorry, Ray Curse. But I'm excited to just open up Mezit.
I better see a bunch of Mezco Monday shots from you.
it's you got a good shot now with all these Mezits.
Yeah.
I haven't opened a damn thing. It's been a week, but I do have to
Hold
give
up. 1 second. I do have to say this.
Holding.
Headrock said, "Hey, Jello shot," and I think you should put those Mezits in Jello shots.
Done. That will be the next thing. I believe Kelly Cheney said that I have to pass out Jello shots at the next event. So
I was a little disappointed you didn't.
We haven't gone to an event yet. That name came out after San Diego.
I know, but still, you should have thought of it first.
I should have. I should do a lot of things. But huge shout out. Back to what we were talking about. I said huge shout out, not you shut up. You shut up. I have to give a huge shout out to NYC Toy Junkie, who hunted hard last week and this week and found Belly Buster.
He told me he found another one.
Belly Bomb. Oh, he found another one?
Yeah.
And which to start off the Stump Wrestling collection, the wrestling Leatherhead, which I am super excited for. And now the Stump figures can only the wrestling figures can only be must be so close, but I love the head sculpt on him. So yeah, thank you, NYC Toy Junkie. I am very excited to get started with those soon. So
yeah,
but he was funny. He's like, I love these wrestling figures, but I can't get into them because they're gonna sell a ring. And I was like, oh, they're gonna sell a ring. You're absolutely right. And he goes, you're gonna get it. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get it.
Here. I mean, I have a bunch of wrestling rings if you need it.
Yeah, but this one is gonna be all stylized and stuff. But
yeah.
So it is. I also think it's appropriate that we're talking stump wrestling when we're gonna be talking so much wrestling tonight. And I'm gonna do my best.
Funny. The only wrestling figure that I have on my desk is Scott Hall.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. I had Andre the Giant. I don't know where he went. He went somewhere. Probably went looking for a peanut. Anybody want a peanut? Anywho, well, first off, let's flip back to how we usually sit because that's throwing me off.
Oh yeah. I was on something off.
So yeah, us.
Yeah.
Let's check in with the chat.
Check in with the chat.
All right. So Steve, of course, jumping right in there and says chat, and then he says, when you type chat in chat, it says chat. Who knew? Yeah, there you go. Oh, Josh Brown saying, "What's up, my dudes?" Dom said, "We're talking wrestling tonight." Why we're talking to Dom before we talk about wrestling? A huge shout out to his brother, and a very happy birthday to Dan Dave today, which continues to be my favorite joke that we've carried on. And if anybody ever watched the animated Clerks show with Steve Dave, that's still my favorite nod. And Roxanne, sup fellas. Let's see, we got Toy Addict 17 in the house saying, "What's up, fellas?" And don't forget Danny and Unworthy Collector will be on. They got a show tomorrow called Unworthy Addiction. They're always a good time to watch, and also huge wrestling guys. So
yeah,
we'll keep with this theme. We'll keep the theme. Old Grumpy Nerd says hello, everybody. Welcome, Old Grumpy Nerd. Rel Collect says, "What's up?" Brad Harper saying, "Heyo." Toy Rensu hitting us with the
"Sup, nerds."
There it is. Steve Morris says, "Those J-Shock classes are paying off for me. $8.99 at the community college." I don't get a cut of that, man. I don't get a cut of that. The Old Grumpy Nerd says the high pitch excitement is great. Yeah, go.
Wait. Is he teaching a whole bunch of J-shots or?
Oh my God! Is this like, would you rather fight 1,000 ducks or 1,000 horse-sized ducks or what is it? 1,000 duck-sized horses? Would you rather teach 100 J-shots or have J-shot teach you? I don't know. Ender Shadow saying, "What's up?" Let's see. He says, "Hey guys, happy Hump Day. Hope all is well. All is good here, my friend. Hope you are having a great week too." Customs by Matthew says, "Hey guys, what's going on? The punk look so awesome." I'm assuming he's talking about the Spider-Man and not my current punk look. I'm kidding. Toy Brother says that figure is great. Can't wait for Pavitar. Pavitar? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
close enough. He looks good. He does look good. I'm trying to stick with the Sentinel line, but
hey,
that one and
I bought 2. It was either you or
know you
Yimbo
did.
who called it.
I think Yimbo called it.
You had enough time to call it before he did.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. And Caleb the Collector pointed out your Phoenix. And I know that you've been pretty adamant about saying the Legends Phoenix you've been a bigger fan of than the Mafex one, no?
Well, the Mafex one was because it's missing the shoulder cap. Mostly because of that.
Mostly.
Yeah, the Legends one is like it's crazy to think that like when we started collecting, I was all for Mafex. It was like screw Legends. Yeah. And now Legends are like really up, like they're so close with Mafex. It's like the price difference is crazy.
Yeah. And you and we used to say too, right? You could get one import for 4 Legends, and now you can get 1 import for a Legend and a half. So, inflation. Customs by Machu agreeing that Jester's Odie's picture was dope. Toy Rensu said, "Y'all got anything from Nin summer sale?" I did not.
I didn't check.
Is it still going on?
I keep getting emails about it. Yes.
Okay. No. All right, we'll have to check it. Dom said he got his Odious Kickstarter in today. Up to 3 Odious? ODI. With 2 more coming. So 5 Odious.
I gotta check.
That's about a third of Matt's order. Oh. Hello B2S crew. Hello everyone. Thanks. What's going on to Cal the Collector? There you go. Hey, Jello Shot. That's kind of got SV Spider-Man action Spider Noir. Oh, there you go. I gotta get
that's the Sentinel one.
Yeah, that's the only one I'm missing. That's the only
Did you get Gwen?
Yeah, got Gwen, right? I got Gwen. Okay. Yeah, I got Gwen. Yeah, and I got the Spider Bot, or whatever it was. So Rel Collect says I love Mezits. I'm sure Mezits love you too, Rel. Dr. Nick is here. Hey everybody. Hey Dr. Nick. Hey guys, first time watcher. Look at you, Dr. Nick. Welcome. And hopefully you'll stick around after I just made that joke. The question.
And now he's gone.
And here he goes. No, Dr. Nick, come back. The question is always, Dr. Nick, are you an actual doctor? And if you are, curious, can you fix everybody? Jello shots are from your belly button. Definitely not. No one will drink that. Not sanitary. Taking the fallen fetch shtick with the body shots. I didn't take anything. You did it. Not me. Not me. I'm not taking anybody's shtick. Don't get me in trouble.
Body shots and Jello shots.
Oh, body shots and Jello shots. So, Dr. Nick, I'm going to pin this comment. We're going to talk about it with our guest. Otherwise, we'll just go on a whole rant and he'll sit backstage. Still,
yeah.
Yeah. So,
we're trying to get the comment.
Yeah, Man Beast Boy says, Yahoo! What's up, boys? The ring was on display, but it wasn't an official like buy it ring. It was like a custom background piece. So, hopefully, we'll see. Damn it, Dr. Nick, you should have opened with hi everybody. Yep, see, there you go.
Hi everybody.
Yanni's in the house. What's up, Yanni? Ahoy, ahoy.
What's up, Yanni?
So okay, so here we go again. I'm gonna highlight your comment there. I love wrestling figs and only collect WWE Ultimates. All right, I guess we're gonna get into a lot of wrestling talk
Ultimate
tonight.
Elites.
Ultimate Elites. Sorry, is there a difference? Okay.
Well, I mean, like Ultimates are the upper, echelon of the WWE figures, and the Elites are right below it. So
got it. Caleb collects 98. Got any Ultimate Rock coming in tomorrow. He's pumped. How could you not be? Dang, it's Art with Toys and Brick Something's B-Day today. Hey, all right.
Oh, shout out to them. Happy birthday.
Shout out to them. We'll text them immediately. So and happy birthday to the fellow Leos. So, important birthday coming up next week. We'll see what happens there. Who is driving? Bear is driving. I don't get that one. But I would say Bear left, Frog right. That one I get. And look at this. As we say Jesser's name, we get a very nice $2 super hat.
Thank you.
Saying, what's up, Sentinels? What's up, Jesser? Great shot, man. Loving it. Dr. Nick killing it with the comments here. He's been collecting since 1989. Wow. I think I was 6. No, I don't think I was. Legends 3. Are killing it this year. You weren't here yet? Yeah. No. Steph says miss you guys. Thank you, Steph, too, for the $5 super chat. That's really generous, man. We always miss you, but we will see you at Legions Con. which
Yes.
I don't know, Matt. I don't know if you got it, but we're gonna miss a certain somebody's wedding because I'd rather go to Legion's Con.
We don't know that certain somebody watches the show or not. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's not talk about it.
Anyway, congratulations on your nuptials. We'll be at Legion's Con.
Yep.
I got the Legion's Con invite before I got the wedding invite. Let's see. Don't you feel the Mayfax men look like the 40-year-old versions of that?
Yeah, I mean, like, it depends. Like, sometimes I don't like the faces of the Mafex X-Men. I change it to the Legends anyway. Like I did for Gambit. I put the 97 on him.
Oh, I can see that working.
Yeah.
I can see that working. Man, Beast Boy says he only collects the Stumpy ones. I assume he means the Stumpy wrestling ones. Not some short peg-legged action figures. And hey, if that's what you're into, we support you. No judgment. No judgment. Did you guys pick up the blanket? I don't know what the blanket is. I don't know what that means. Blanket? Head Rock, what blanket? So
the blank.
Oh, the blank. The blank, yeah. Not the blanket. Okay. Okay. Spoiler alert, the blank is actually Madonna. I don't know if you guys knew that. Anyway. I love that movie, dude. I love that movie. And I have some serious, I was messaging with Iwatsu actually too. His shots are giving me him and he's giving me serious FOMO for those Dick Tracy figures. I'm gonna save Steve's comment for right before we bring in our guest here. Toy Rentsu saying everybody jump on that. The Indian sale, Sentinel Wars. Oh, there we go. Look at this. All right. I did not have on my bingo card to order figures midstream, but I guess that will be happening.
We also got one last person coming in.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
This Avowed coming in. What's up, fellas? Yeah. What is going on, dude? How are you? We also got, let's see. Deeks Figs apparently watched the Clerks cartoon. Dude, that was a great cartoon. Here we go. What else we got? Man Beast Boy saying he needs the Eddie Guerrero, Triple H, and Perfect Ultimate Warrior. And a Perfect Ultimate Warrior. There you go.
I'm happy that you said Triple H.
What? H three times?
H 3 times, yeah.
I scanned it. What's wrong with 40 years old? I'm 40 and I still get ID'd. Yeah, there you go, Rentsu. See? There you go.
Good shot.
Yeah.
We're going through every single comment.
I'm sorry. Everybody's being funny. Everybody's so funny. Look, Dom.
I love the chat. I love the chat.
All right, sorry,
I don't
guys.
want to make him wait any longer.
Sorry.
We'll come back.
We got KJ. All right, we'll come back. I'm sorry, I got carried away. So I'm going to just say this then. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war, and welcome back, Goldberg. There you go.
Hey.
Sorry, man. I was getting too caught up in the chat.
Hey, I love it. It was pretty entertaining, so I love it.
My mistake. But welcome, my friend. Welcome. How are you?
Thank you. I'm great. How are you guys?
We're great. We're great. Apparently, I forgot how to host. So you know, that's why I have a co-host to bring me back in. Anywho, I thank you so much for being here. I know that we connected right after DG's episode there, and we just started chatting it up, and you shared here you go. Dr. Nix is the man, the myth, the legend, Matt Goldberg.
Appreciate that.
You shared your history with me, and we were like, "Hey, man, you got to get on here and talk about this stuff." So here you are. But how you feeling this week? How's things going?
Good. It's a happy hump day. We're looking forward to the weekend, and I'm actually excited. I'm gonna see Alien on Friday, so I'm really eager for Friday to get here to go see that. But
nice.
Not to go too much on a tangent because apparently I'm going to watch myself with them tonight. I saw that trailer for Prometheus and it looked Romulus, and it looks amazing. And I love too. They had a panel at San Diego saying that they use predominantly practical effects, and that was so cool. It was really cool
I saw a video on Instagram. I think it was from Stan Winston's page of the animatronic of the Xenomorph, and the thing is huge. It's so cool. I'm excited, like seeing the trailer before Deadpool in the theater. Yeah. Like, I was immediately sucked in. It was so intense. It's that scene where the Xeno's like about to pop out of
the chest,
the girl's chest or whatever. But like in the theater, it's so loud. I was like, "Oh my god, this is so intense compared to seeing it on TV." So I'm really excited.
Yeah, and the way it up too, it was really cool.
Yeah, I thought I saw a clip, like a reel of like one of the premieres that they did the whole chest bursting out thing in the crowd.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Oh,
love that. I'm just excited. I love Alien. Hopefully this one's good. The others were pretty good, but I know if people love them or hate them, but I'm excited. It looks really good. So,
well, yes, no, look, hey, we're super excited. I just saw Dom's chat who says Happy Wednesday to Matt Goldberg, but not Bill Goldberg.
My Uncle Bill, as I like to say,
in Canada,
Uncle Bill.
right now. But there you go. Hey, don't distract me, Steve. Don't distract me.
That's my bad.
No, dude, of course. So we were talking backstage a little bit, and I kind of shut it down really, really quickly because I was like, "This is too good, leave it." But you and Matt were chatting about how both of you kind of started with stop motion animation, and obviously that's where you kind of sowed your oats there to some degree. Back in what 2000, I wrote it down here, so I wrote it down so I wouldn't have to remember. But I think you said it was back in 2006 you started making stop motion animation. And then in 2007, it started to blow up. What made you get started there?
Yeah, so I started stop motion animation in middle school. Middle school. So I was in an after school video club, and one day they showed us how to do stop motion. With a pencil or a stapler or whatever they had handy to teach you kind of how you could bring anything to life. And I'm like, well, what if I brought my toy to life, So I went home and started messing with this, and I was really enjoying it, just making really silly slapstick videos with my toys that I'd show my neighbors or family, whoever the heck I could get to watch it at the time. And one day, I think it was at my cousin's wedding. My cousin worked in the toy industry briefly, and his boss or whatever told me I should put my work on YouTube. And at the time, I was like, "What is YouTube? What is that?" And so I looked into it. I'm like, "Okay," and I put it on there, and stuff started to take off a little bit. And then I was like, "What if I started doing wrestling?" I don't remember if I saw somebody's wrestling. I think so, where people were recreating little moments, and I thought it was so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, what if I had my own show? I don't think people are doing shows that I remember. This is so long ago now anyway. But so I came up with my show, Crash Collision Wrestling. I made a little, kind of a raw intro, but it was the intro for CCW. And that started to take off. And then I started releasing episodes, and it just really blew up for me. And looking back, the older ones really aren't that good at all. But I was so young then, and people just were so obsessed with it, getting angry, when's the next episode coming out, and it was really, really fun. And my whole career kind of took off in the toy community from that moment. But
wow. And it took off in a big way, right? Just like you started in 2006, and like you said, you kind of put it up in 2007 where you started, with your wrestling, and then in 2008. Now, forgive me, I don't know who this is, but it sounds like he was a big deal. Eric Bischoff contacted you.
Oh yeah,
yeah, he ran WCW in the 90s.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So, well, he ran WCW. I mean, it's okay, I guess. But yeah,
I mean, the time at the time, at the height of when everybody was watching wrestling, WCW and WWF were just at it. And Eric Bischoff was running WCW.
Right.
And I'm sure around that time when you did the stop motion around 2006, 2007, like you said, you didn't know really what you were doing with it. You just wanted to show people close friends and family. And if you fast forward to now, a lot of people are just trying to get into stop motion, even to not even just to make a name for themselves, but to try to get money from content creation. But at the time, you didn't even think about it all the years of backlog of people probably going back to watch your old videos.
Yeah.
That's to think about it now, it's oh man, I wish I started back then. With content.
It was such a different beast back then too. And influencers weren't even a thing, really.
Right.
It's so weird to talk like that because it's such a part of culture now. But I was like an influencer essentially for Jack Specific as a teen. So I reached out to Jeremy Padower, who was at Jack's, who now he co-owns Jazzwares or whatever. But he gave me an opportunity to work on is it the UFC line? And I don't remember if I touched WWE at all when they had it, but then there was the TNA line too. So I was making animated shorts for them where they would send me like full wage and like, hey, make like a little commercial kind of like what DG does in a sense, but it's like bringing the figures to life and in a cool way to make people want to buy them. And then Eric Bischoff was like a year after that, and he stumbled on me on accident because him and Hogan had Celebrity Championship Wrestling, which was on CMT, I think it was. And he stumbled on mine on accident. Yeah, the country music channel.
That's weird.
It was a crazy time. I couldn't believe he was in my inbox. Like, I totally thought it was someone pulling my leg the whole time. But
that's funny. And just to clarify, for those of you who don't completely follow wrestling, TNA does not mean what you think it means. I was corrected backstage.
Total nonstop action.
That okay. We got a couple people who jumped in here. Uncanny Sculpt says, "What's up, guys? Just dropping by to say hi." We of course got Berserk, who is first always, and Paul Morales, who says, "Hello, everybody." See, and that's what Dr. Nick should have started with. But speaking of Dr. Nick, I did flag this comment before we get to his other comments, or I think Macho, you flagged it. He says, Dr. Nick just wants to say, you inspired me to go into figure photography years ago, and I need to get back into it, and I bought an arena setup and barricades recently. So look at that, man. I love that.
Thank you so much.
We always talk about how great the community is. And you had even been talking about it backstage a little bit, just how, we had joked. It's like, hey, nice to meet you face to face, right? Where it's like, we've been talking for a little while, and, that's always the best part of the community. Is just the support, and
I wouldn't be where I am without the community, honestly. So
it's awesome.
It's a huge part of my life, so I'm very thankful for everybody who supported me, whether they're still supporting me or did at a certain point. I really, really appreciate it. So,
well, hopefully they're still supporting you.
Yeah,
supporting you on your YouTube page or your Instagram page, and just looking at some of the stuff that you got here. I mean, it's really incredible. I mean, and just the scenes that you paint when here, right, or paint or capture, however you want to word it. There's just so much personality that comes through, and it's really amazing. And you think about it, each of us have our own figures that we collect, but there's just so much that comes through in here. And I got like some of these pictures though, these poses, man. I'd love to dive into it a little bit and just figure out how you captured them.
Sure.
This is one of the things you've always been referring to.
Yeah.
This is it. Yeah.
This is it. It's
Sean.
The end of Marty Jannetty.
That's right.
My favorite tag team, the Rockers. That's the end of it.
Yeah, people really, really enjoyed that one. That was fun. I don't touch the 80s era as much. Just the old school era in general. I don't touch as much, but people seem to enjoy it. So it's something, and granted, those were before my time too, but,
last good day.
Yeah, right. It's fun though. It's fun to touch all the different eras because it's changed so much over the years.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I love
really crazy. Sorry.
No.
I was gonna say it's so crazy. Like you capture these images in such a way that like I remember those moments.
Really,
I remember sitting in like I was at my friend's house, sitting on the couch watching King of the Ring '96, and I still remember this moment.
Really,
yeah.
Good times, man. Good memories.
Oh,
this too, like the spear from the ladder. Oh my god!
Look at that! But look at that! It's like capturing it. Go bring it back out, man. Like, please, please, and thank you. Just like so what are you using here, right? Like, let's break it down a little bit. Like, how did you if you remember, right? How did you? Are we using flight stands? Or are you using rigs? Like, what are you using for this?
So I use fishing line just because that's what I've been using since my animating days. So that, in a sense, kind of set me up for my photography. Was all the techniques I learned and caught on to, um, doing stop motion, and then just applying it to photography. And over the years, I've done more and more, so I've gotten a lot better. Like with anything, with craft, the more you do it, the better you get, sort of thing. And and I feel I'm always learning because I love to really push my limits, and I think that comes through in a lot of these images, and people really enjoy um, when I push the bar like that for myself. So it's just really fulfilling to challenge myself. So no flight stands, as those would probably be a bit of a pain to edit out.
Okay.
I know obviously you could erase the background sort of thing. I've never really attempted that approach, but armatures would definitely make my life a lot easier if I tried that. But
so you're
why do it easy?
you're more practical than post. Okay, that's awesome. That's great. We got a couple here. So Cal the Collector asking Matt, but I'm sure we can all answer this question. But Matt, who is your favorite wrestler?
Sure. So it's changed a bit over the years. Like growing up, Hulk Hogan and Goldberg were my two favorites. Undertaker, Sting. My most favorite in the past decade was Bray Wyatt, and sadly he is no longer around, which was devastating and heartbreaking to say the least. But I don't know if I truly have a current favorite these days. It's a lot for me to really invest in someone, I think. So I haven't found that next person yet that I'm super sold on since Bray was gone, but I am excited with his brother and seeing where that starts to go. So hopefully that answered your question. But
yeah, well, I mean, look, there's no right or wrong answer here.
Sure.
Are you just enjoying the overall product itself?
Yeah, and I love AEW too, and I like Will Ospreay a lot, and Swerve Strickland, and you remember who else I'm even thinking of right now, but yeah, I love watching it all. Wrestling's just such a huge part of my life, so I just, and having worked in the industry a few years, I have a total different appreciation for it in general. So I just love it. It's just such a part of me and my identity, I guess, these days. But I just love recreating moments and people just enjoying it so much. It's so fulfilling to me as an artist, especially. So
I was going to say, if you go back to that shot of Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, I knew him as Razor Ramon, walking out, that's just there's so much personality in that shot. It's so good, and it's framed by the by the ladder too. It's it's just really, really good, dude. It's
Thank
really
you.
good.
Thank you.
Caleb the Collector, Caleb collects 98, says 1998 to 2012 is his favorite era for wrestling. I would say that might be one of the early 2000s is probably what I'm least familiar with, right? I would say that whole Sting coming in, or I guess the merger. I guess it merged right with the WCW at some point. I said that's probably where I don't remember it as much. I was definitely a late 90s, late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, that's most
watcher.
People, I would say, yeah, that makes sense.
So more of the first boom of the WWF.
Yeah.
With Hulk Hogan, right? And then I would say the second boom was with Steve Austin.
Yep.
Yeah. I missed the Steve Austin boom for sure.
I'm surprised.
Honestly, I knew who he was and I could do that, but I wouldn't say that I was watching it adamantly like I was the earlier stuff. So,
sure.
So, but yeah. Josh Brown also saying, and I'm assuming this is part of the Rockers disappearing as a team, saying that moment destroyed him as a kid. So thanks for making him relive that, Matt. Appreciate it.
I'm sorry to bring up that trauma again.
Look at this with the Prime bottle.
I love this.
So good. All right, so wait a second. So you said that you predominantly do practical
Well,
how many prime bottles did you go through to get this?
This is a mix of. So I try to do practical, but I love like photoshopping stuff too. Like I feel I get better and better. So like with the prime bottle, that's actually a regular prime bottle with his head sticking out. That's all photoshopped with his head in there.
Okay.
The arms were, I put 2 figure arms like with tack on the side of it. So I didn't actually ruin the bottle at all for this.
Oh, all right.
But I took like KSI's like arm socket from the costume and photoshopped it onto the arm there to make it look,
like
legit.
it's part of the costume. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all, none of that was there really. But that's my favorite challenge is like, what can I pull off with Photoshop or whatever? Super fun. And, just like the fact he thought it was a legit thing, like that makes me feel good. Like I accomplished my job there.
You definitely accomplished it. And I love that you hit the like where the legs would have been, right, with the announcer.
Oh yeah,
for the commentator. So that was good. That was smart.
Yeah,
yeah, dude, this is great. Is there a shot or a moment that you? I'm gonna ask a 2-part question.
Okay.
Is there a moment that you either haven't done yet that you want to do, whether it's a newer moment or an older moment in wrestling, and or is there a moment that you've done earlier in your career that you want to go back and recreate?
I think one, as far as I'd like to try, which I haven't really thought of a way to pull off yet, would be someone being pulled into the ring, like when Kane or Undertaker pull someone like through the mat.
ring.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I haven't, because I don't want to break a ring to do that, of course.
So you have the what you call it, the like the Mattel Creations rings, right?
Yeah.
Where
that's true. You could pull the slot out, I guess, right?
You could put the slots out, right?
Yeah.
And instead of putting the canvas that they give you, you can just buy a regular material that looks like it.
Yeah.
You're right.
And leave one of the slats out and then just poke a hole through it there.
Yeah. No, I love that. Now you're getting my gears turning. I'm probably gonna look into that this weekend or something. There you go. But no, I love that. That's a really good idea. And with the Attitude Era ring, I think that'd be a perfect
there you go.
ring to do that with.
Make sure you tag Machu and I in that shot.
I will. I appreciate that. Yeah. As far as revisiting one, at least I could think of at the moment, one I've been tossing around for a while, is I really want to revisit Mankind being thrown off the top of the cell from Undertaker. I think I did some shots from it a while ago. Yeah, I did. They're a while back, but I feel I've grown a lot as an artist since then, so I think I would be able to make it look a lot better these days than back then, which is fun. It's like I love trying to outdo myself. It's a fun challenge.
Yeah, no, that's it. And I love the idea too of like going back and revisiting a shot and saying, okay, with everything I've learned, what would I do differently?
Right.
You just showed CM Punk on screen, so his doppelganger here is in the chat saying Yimbo reviews everything, saying what's up, y'all. And as always, don't forget Yimbo reviews everything along with Toy Father and No Chewing will be on the TPC top 10 starting in just a little bit, but check them out on the replay or once we're done. Don't go away from here. And Bat Force Grumps also in the house saying whoop. So there you go. Let's see. Dom saying Taker pulling Diesel into the ring in a lead up to WrestleMania 12.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Was that on the page?
I don't remember. I'm not always good with remembering when stuff was specifically, but I am up for the challenge, though. I love a good challenge.
There you go. I think Dom is telling you to call your shot. Cal the Collector saying, "What's your top 3 matches that you'd like to rewatch?"
Oh man, to be honest, I don't really go back and watch unless it's like I'm recreating something. I'm kind of a weird wrestling fan. Like I love it, but I don't know like the exact moments necessarily when certain things happen. Like some of my friends like know exactly when someone wore an outfit. Mm-hmm. And unless it's like a super iconic outfit, like I just don't remember like when something was worn or whatever. But I don't know my top 3 that I rewatch. Like one of my favorites, I always go to those Undertaker versus Shawn at WrestleMania 25 with the Heaven and Hell match is always one of my favorites. Trying to even think what I've really liked recently. It's so hard when you're put on the spot.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you don't have to give us.
But no, I'm not sure. I'd have to think which ones I would really love to rewatch. But I'm just kind of weird like that, where I really just rewatch stuff if I'm inspired to recreate something. But
Machi, you got 3 off the top of your head that you can think?
Yeah.
3 matches?
Yeah. I got 2.
Okay. Yeah. So, what are you 2?
I would go back. I mean, whatever. I just remember it was like the first WrestleMania that I watched, like with my dad, right? So like I remember the Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior match, right? Sure. I'd go back and rewatch that one.
WrestleMania 6.
And I would say the Ric Flair Macho Man for Miss Elizabeth, right? When that whole feud was going, I'd probably go back and rewatch that one. Those are the 2 off of my head that I could think of.
Both great matches.
Those are good. Those are good matches.
Unworthy says he'd watch Rhea Ripley matches on repeat every day. Not gonna lie.
That's definitely probably an easy call right there.
Berserk says Heartbreak Kid retiring Ric Flair.
Sure. Yeah.
There you go.
Was that 24? Right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Oh. And then Dom shames us all, but go ahead. Dom just immediately rests all off. But go ahead, you go yours first.
So
don't look at Dom's. I'm going to cover it.
Great choices.
So okay, so I'm going to say because one of Dom's is actually the match that brought me into wrestling. Like that was the match that that's immediately what got me hooked. Okay. So what got me into wrestling was actually not even a match. It was a video game. But like the matches, I'll go with the matches first. Iron Man match, WrestleMania 12, Brett versus HBK.
I recreated that recently too.
Oh,
I'm so I wanted to get that figure so bad at San Diego Comic-Con, but then I didn't like they didn't have it there.
Yeah, he's for whatever reason he's shipping late, but they said last night that like online he's listed as shipping in November, but he's supposed to be shipping sooner, I guess.
Nice.
But there's only a few left, they claim. So if you want,
I already pre-ordered it.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, he should be shipping sooner than November.
That was the angriest pre-order I've ever put down.
It was very
You
weird.
were so heated. It was so funny.
It was very weird.
Because that was like I'm going straight to Mattel, getting the Shawn Michaels figure. I went there and I'm like running back and forth between the booth and the fan shop, and I'm like, I don't see it at the fan shop, but I see it at the booth. And I'm like, where do I buy it? And I'm like, I'm asking the guy, and he's like, oh, we don't have it here. You have to order it online. I'm like, what? I flew all the way here just for this figure. He's like, sorry, man.
Yeah, Matt almost sweet chin music. That kid too.
I was about to. It was this close to giving him sweet chin music. So what did I say? I said Iron Man match, Brett and Shawn.
Iron Man match.
Yep. Royal Rumble. It was a Royal Rumble. Kurt Angle versus somebody that we can't really say his name anymore.
Okay.
Chris Benoit. That was one of my favorite matches.
You'll have to tell me why afterwards.
I don't remember if I've seen that one or not.
I think that was Royal Rumble 2000.
Okay.
And then it's one of the 2 out of 3 falls Iron Man. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match with Ric Flair and Ricky Steamboat. I think it was like 1989.
Okay.
So like I started watching wrestling in 96, but I went back and watched old stuff, and like Ric Flair was really like one of my favorites when I went back to watch old stuff.
Sure.
But what got me into wrestling was this arcade game.
That's really cool. That's so cool.
There it is.
I got from Prime to the first.
That's seriously super cool.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I'm a little embarrassed that it's WrestleMania, the arcade game, that got me into wrestling. But yeah. And I always took Sean.
Somehow, and I don't mean this in a bad way, that feels on brand for you, right? Like you played this thing and you were like, oh my God, I have to dive into this now, right? Like,
yeah. And then I got into I started talking to my friends about it in school, and then they brought me into wrestling, and then I blame them. Yeah. Sending me down that hole. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I blame you for getting me into toy photography. But you said Royal Rumble. You said Royal Rumble, and this is one of my favorite, and it is such a stupid little moment, but it's one of those things that like sticks out in your head forever. I will never forget one of the Royal Rumbles where you had the Bushwhackers, and Luke comes out and gets immediately eliminated. And I just remember the announcers being like, "And here comes Luke, and there goes Luke." That has stuck in my head for all those years. It's so great. Let's see. We got Dom saying, I think that Flair versus Steamboat one was Chi-Town. Was a Chi-Town Rumble.
I wish I went to that. My dad never took me.
Well, somebody's gonna have to take you. We got
Royal Rumble's on my bucket list, so
it's not fair to Flair. We should. There you go. We should all go to a Royal Rumble. I'm down for that.
Hell yeah. I've been to Royal Rumble.
I really want to go.
It's so much fun.
For
Steve
sure.
Says he watched the non-pay-per-view matches, so his favorite matches were the ones on cable.
I didn't watch many pay-per-views either as a kid. I don't think my dad bought them half the time, but they're so expensive back then too, you know?
Yeah, they're like $20 back then. That's a lot of money.
They're like $40, dude.
Yeah, I thought they were more.
They were more than $20. They were like
I thought they were 40 or
like
more.
$29.99 or something. I thought, like, I remember being, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley is the match that made his girls get hooked. So that's awesome.
That's really cool.
That's exactly what this is why representation matters.
Big time. I love that.
So. And I know we gave Dom a little bit of we busted his chops a little bit, so let's make sure we read his comment. His three matches were Brett versus HBK Iron Man, Taker versus Mankind Hell in a Cell, and HBK versus Razor WrestleMania.
Oh, great choices.
That's also on my list of the WrestleMania 10 one.
Yeah.
That Owen Hart versus Brett too was a good match.
Versus Kofi. That match was so frustrating.
I don't get it. So someone's gonna have to explain it to me.
I wasn't watching at the time when that happened. So
really?
I kind of fell off around like 2016, 2017.
Okay.
And then only recently got back because of the toy community.
Because of the toy community. Yeah, so Kofi won the WWE title, which is the big deal for an African American wrestler to even get the WWE title. Was it like the next night? I think someone correct me if I'm wrong, because I forget exactly, but like the match was like 10 seconds long, where Brock Lesnar just destroyed him and got and it's like, bro, come on. Like this guy just had like a huge moment in his career, and it's such a big deal as an African American for him to hold the belt, and then he just loses it like nothing. It was bad, but that's classic Vince McMahon for you. So go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. We're gonna leave that one alone. Neighbor of mine recorded all the pay-per-view, and I would borrow the tapes. Earliest memory. Look at that.
I love that.
Tom saying best part was Luke didn't stop. He did it. He didn't stop the arm thing. He just kept going.
He just kept going. He just kept going.
Got tossed out and went right back out with the thing. Yeah. I remember that.
Matt? Did you ever collect the old Hasbro figures?
Yeah, I have a bunch of them. I don't have all of them. But my mom and dad would buy them for me as a kid, and then years ago I started to collect them a little bit again, and then once the craze started hitting with the retros, then I started to get a few more of them. Like they're getting so expensive now, it's not worth it. Not worth it.
They were really expensive,
but I love them.
All the gimmicks each one had.
Oh yeah.
That was great.
It's cool Mattel brought them back, and and all the other companies now that make similar too. It's fun. They're just so expensive.
I wish they would put the old school gimmicks in them though. So
they do for some of them.
Do they?
For sure. Yeah, as that nod to the old ones, but
So I know we talked a little bit about this, but I want to jump back into this. So,
Sure.
Dr. Nick said he's been collecting since 1989. Do you
That's
remember
awesome.
your earliest memory of collecting figures or collecting wrestling figures?
I always that's Trump right there. I always say 94, I think is when I remember. Like I had like the Bone Crunchers, I had the San Francisco Toy Maker LJN figures because those were my LJNs as a kid. And then the Hasbros, those were all my wrestlers as a kid. And it's absolutely bonkers what a wrestling figure is today compared to those. Night and day.
Yeah. I mean, you talk about the ones with the gimmicks. I mean, I remember even the soft ones, right? That were just posed like this, and that was it, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I did have a few of those too, actually. Forgot about those.
I feel like everybody just got them. I don't ever remember buying them, right? Like you just had them somehow. Yeah, you just found their way to your house. Yeah.
And they became most of my friends like their pet's chew toy.
Yeah. Not surprising at all.
I know we talked a little bit. You've had a couple of things up here where you've talked about, you got a discount with what you call it here, the work you've done with wow, everything just went straight out my head. You got a discount with hello, help me. Company Ringside Collectibles and Extreme Sets. How did that get started? And then Matt, obviously, it looks like you're putting up the old Wrestling Zone thing here too. So how did you kind of start to either contact these companies, the companies contact you? Like, I'm always fascinated in how those partnerships start.
Yeah. The funny thing with Ringside was they didn't even have influencers at the time either. And I guess I was being a turd on their forums. And they reached out to me because they knew like my influence at the time. Like, hey, we can't have this guy like talking smack about us. So like they kind of like bought my affection sort of thing by like having a partnership with them. And then I got to know them and we became really friendly, and they're extremely generous to me over the years. I'm really grateful for that relationship. And that was like one of my first influencer gigs where they would send me stuff to use in I think I was just starting photography when that relationship started. But yeah, and then I worked for WWE for a year.
Yeah.
And my animations still live on their YouTube, which is really cool. Hey, Realm, Frank.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Frank's here. I know he's a big wrestling guy.
Yeah, he's one of my buddies. So. Yep, that's my buddy Frank. What was I gonna say? Extreme Sets. I think I had reached out to them back when he was very first starting with his wrestling pop up. Like his crowd backdrop was such a game changer for photography. As I used to print out whatever backdrop I could kind of find on Google and like paste it together to make like a makeshift. Yeah,
my crowd is mounted to my wall.
Really?
Yeah, I just mounted it to the wall just to keep it easier, and then I just moved the table.
Yeah, it's smart. I used to have foam board, and I'd mount it to foam board, and then hope the foam board wouldn't fall down. It's just funny thinking back on like what we had to do back then. If you scroll down far enough, you'll see like you could see like the evolution in a sense of the photography if you go like way down and scroll up. But yeah, over the years I've enjoyed reaching out to companies, and like Mattel had reached out at one point, which is really surreal. That was a really, really cool moment when they got. I don't think it was right when they got WWE, but it was a few years down the line or something, I think. But yeah, I mean, there's probably a lot that I'm forgetting, but I'm just super grateful for all the relationships, and then leading to, an opportunity with Jazzwares to professionally shoot the AEW toy line for them. So like I had my work on some of their packaging, and awesome. On Amazon and Target and Walmart and all that stuff. So that was a real surreal moment I'm grateful for as well. And my buddy Fig Heel does the like book price guides. He has me do the cover art for his book. every year. So that was really cool. And then Pro Wrestling Illustrated reaching out, which was the magazine post you saw a little bit ago, like that.
Yeah.
Was a very surreal moment too. That magazine is really highly regarded in wrestling. So to be showcased in that was just a very surreal moment. So it's been a crazy journey. You know, I've made a lot of amazing friends in the community. You know, like any toy community, you have your ups and downs, but you know, there's a lot of great people in the community, and we all inspire each other to do better and learn from each other, and you know, and sharing these opportunities with each other. You know, that's how a community should be. And my favorite thing is just like giving back to any way I can. You know, I love sharing my knowledge with people. They ask me like, how'd you do something or whatever. You know, people want more like behind the scenes and stuff, which it's just like, I don't mind showing it. I just don't always remember to either film myself doing it, or I'm like, I don't have the time to even make this behind the scenes video to go with this. But
we've always considered doing like a live setup of a shot.
Sure.
Right. So
sure.
Maybe we'll have to call you up for one of those.
Yeah.
When we finally do that.
Right.
We finally do it.
The pressure is so high when you're live, though. It's like so nerve wracking. Is like you're hoping everything goes smooth because everybody's watching you. You know, it's like
so. I'm thinking
be part of the fun
for sure.
I'm thinking the trick is, chat. Don't listen to this.
Okay.
Already take the shot and then reset it. And then
you do
that over again.
No, that's no fun. You got to do like
that's funny.
You got to do like the cooking shows do, right? Where like they don't see those ingredients for the first time in the cooking shows. They're given 3 options and they say, hey, right, like you're gonna get one of these tomorrow. In your head, think about what it is. This way, when you're told, right, you're told A, B, and C, and you're told B, you know what you're gonna do, but you still have to go and cook it, right? So I think we'll do that. We'll we'll do a poll and maybe we come up with a shot, and then you know we'll let you cook on it for a second.
Yeah,
there.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. I only do one a week because I
toss
around ideas a lot. Yeah, right.
Oh.
You know, and I put a lot of time. Like I'm very anal with my editing and stuff. That I don't, and I've had before where someone will like zoom in really close and like notice something. You know, I'm like really that. Like, you know, but
you gotta love that. You gotta love it. People are paying attention, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I try to avoid that. So.
I got 2 questions for you.
Sure.
You know, one will lead into the other. I mean, you know, you talk about these moments that you've had, right? You've had, you know, and I'm looking at my notes. You had Eric Bischoff reach out to you. You know, you partnered with numerous companies. You know, you got to meet. I think it looks like you got to meet Hogan, right?
Yep.
At the TNA.
Yep.
What was it? Total what action? No, total non-stop action. Not the other thing. You know, you partnered with WWE to animate on their stage. You were featured. You partnered with Mattel, and you were featured in the Pro Wrestling Illustration. What would you say of those big moments for you was the highlight? Like, what is the one that stands above all the others?
I mean, the TNA thing was a very surreal as a lifelong fan. Like to be in that locker room with all these people I grew up watching as a kid was extremely surreal, and then becoming friendly with some of them. Still to this day, I'm friends with like Victoria from WWE and Elijah Burke, who's in WWE as well, and Eric Bischoff, of course, Matt Morgan. You know, and to be amongst people like Sting and Hogan and Flair and, you know, Hall and Nash, like you'd never see those people. Obviously, some of them aren't around anymore, but like you never see them in the same locker room ever again, probably. So it was just really cool. I'm forever grateful for that. And, you know, like as a fan, you just get exposed to something the average person doesn't. So it was really cool.
And to think that it all started because you started doing stop motion.
Yeah.
Right.
That's putting it on YouTube.
Craziest
because
thing.
You didn't know what to do yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Because someone told you to put it on YouTube. Yeah.
That is such a wild ride, dude.
And it's still going. Like that's what's
It's not this isn't a memoir. You're not done.
No, but like
who knows what's gonna somebody watching this, wink, might say, hey, he's never been to Royal Rumble. Let's get him to animate it and bring him out there, and then you'll have to take us along. But,
for sure.
Animating a Royal Rumble.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I did a 10-man Rumble.
Intro.
I did a 10-man. That was enough for me. But but yeah,
you did a 10-minute stop motion.
No, 10-man.
10-man. Oh, 10-man. Oh,
normally they're 30, and I was like, I'm cutting it off at 10. But but yeah, I'm extremely grateful that there's still things happening. To still be relevant in the community this late in the game. It's gonna be 20 years for me in 2026, which is absolutely insane. But
20 years. You started when you were 5.
Yeah.
So, amazing that you're just only able to drink now in the community. So the other question I wanted to ask, and sure. We talked a little bit about this backstage, and you mentioned it here, right? Where if you scroll down, you can see the difference. What is the biggest thing that you learned through 20 years of whether it's animating or taking photos or, sorry, Tom distracted me. He goes, animate the Bushwhacker Luke getting eliminated. But yeah, like you're saying, in the 20 years that you've been doing this, what's the biggest thing, whether it's tip or trick or, that you've learned and just it's improved your photography, or that you've decided you need to spend more time on, whether it's lighting or posing or atmosphere spray? I don't know.
Atmosphere spray. Yeah, I have that. I would say my biggest hurdle still, like, I've always found lighting to be a bit tricky. Because I try to match. So what my process is, I'll either watch a video of the moment or I'll find pictures from the moment and then either pose my figures exactly as close as possible as I can to the image or a still from a video. And then I want to match like the environment as close as possible to them. And, lighting can be tricky for sure.
I think you do a really good job with the, just by looking at your Instagram. When you first scroll down and you're looking at all your shots, you do a very good job of matching that arena lighting.
Thank you. It's so fulfilling just to hear that, because like I beat myself up so much. Like I can't express how many times like I'll post something, I'm like, I don't expect this one to do well. Like that Undertaker and Edge one that I posted a week or two ago. That one I was like, I think this one will do okay. I'm not like super in love with it. And then everybody just loved it. And I was like, why? Like, what do you like so much about it? But it makes me feel good that when I doubt myself that people really like something. But I don't know. I'm always trying to Caps here. I was gonna say, and there he is in the likes right there too. That's really funny, Cap, right there. But yeah, I just like to challenge myself, and I don't know. It's hard.
I mean, just, we'll come back to real quick. Just real huge thank you to Captain McKay Random here for the $2 super hat, saying use code MBG for 10% off. Don't forget that. But I mean, look, the challenging yourself, right? I mean, that's the only way we grow, and it's the only way we get better.
For sure.
I'd challenge you to take a shot not with a wrestling figure and see how that goes.
Yeah,
for you.
I've done a Joker one that's
I was going to say there was a Joker just kind of middle there.
Because I was going to dabble, and I love Joker. Who's to say maybe with the McFarlane one coming that I wouldn't try something with that? But
would you do a turtle wrestling shot now that wrestling turtles are coming out? So
yeah.
I would love, man, if you were just like, no,
that would be fun.
Turtles, that would have been great.
So you're saying, yeah, DG's always pushing me to step outside of wrestling, and I was gonna do Star Wars for a while. As I've like grown this huge Star Wars collection. I was so inspired by Mandalorian that I wanted to pursue photography. I just, for whatever reason, I just never jumped in it. But I have like so many things to recreate that world where I could. Because I'm just so obsessed with detail in my shots, which I imagine you guys probably noticed. But like everything, like I wanted to look as close to the real thing as possible, where it's like you do a double take kind of. So when people really like something, it just hits home for me. But yeah, shout out to Mattel for sending me this HBK early.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, it's a cool figure. Just be careful pulling off his entrance gear because I actually broke the.
That means you'll have to buy two.
What'd you say?
That means I'll have to buy two.
Yeah, I would, but I glued it, and now it's okay. But I was so pissed. It's the rubber, like it's just such a thin piece by his lower back there that it, because his chest is kind of wide due to the ab joint or whatever, and like when you pull it down, it kind of just stretched on me. But regardless, it is a nice figure.
I had this whole plan of like setting up a line in the content house that we were staying at and having him come down the zip line from the second floor into the living room during a live stream.
That would have been so awesome. Him just zipping by.
But they didn't have him.
I know. That was very bizarre. I hope next year they don't do that. I think it sounded like he was a last minute change or something. Like they had to pivot. So I wonder what the original exclusive was supposed to be that they went with that. But
yeah. So
Matt was I've never seen him so crushed.
I would have been pissed
wasn't
too.
there. That figure wasn't there.
I would have been pissed.
I got everything else I wanted. Right? I got the Odious, I got the the Jada figures and even the Goku. But Sean was on the top of the list.
Of course.
Always.
It's haunting you. Well, hopefully you'll be excited when you get it in hand.
So Matt, I'm gonna steal the stage here for a second.
Yeah.
Because and we talk about growth and reliving things and this I won't play the audio because I don't want to get us in trouble, but I got this stop motion here queued up from 14 years ago. And one of the reasons why I want to play it is I can't believe this guy was a wrestler in Doink the Clown, but just
Clown,
just just seeing this, man, it just
this is funny. I haven't watched this in ages. So.
Look at the little blood coming through on the top there, the little rope shake. Like you were getting it all in here,
Yeah. It's just funny to even see this.
I love that with the nails too. That's so good. It's so good. Oh, so good. But I mean, it's got to be cool, right? To go back and look and just see, how you started and where you are now, and just to even recognize, hey, when like who would have thought, right? I mean, all the highlights of your career, and here you are talking to us. Like it's got to be right there, right under Eric Bischoff, right?
No, I'm grateful that people like yourself even want to talk to me. So,
oh, dude, come on. Yeah,
it's been a wild journey. A new stop motion when, oh man, I don't know how rusty I would be if I even attempted that.
I think you should break one. I think you should break one out.
That would be a fun challenge with all the accessories and things we have these days. It would look like night and day. Like that was the one you just showed was filmed like on the carpeting in my bedroom or whatever against a wall. Like we didn't have all that stuff.
No, we didn't have it. Like right, it's like
didn't have extreme sets.
Nope.
Yeah. No. So imagine what you could do now. And maybe you do a wrestler that resembles somebody like a Kevin Owen. And he could talk about his favorite day of the week. Who knows? Dom says he can't wait for them to make a googly eye NXT
or HBK.
That's messed up, Dom. And I'd buy it. I'd still buy it.
That's funny.
Captain McKay random saying wild to see how far from Jack's figures to
for real. I could not imagine doing photography with those old figures. Like even just animating them, like they had barely any articulation compared to what we have now.
I think he's also calling you out, man. New stop motion when? I think you got a lot of work coming out of this stream. You know, new stop motion, a couple things there.
Cap sent me up.
There was a doink and then there was a dink. That's right. Dink always hit underneath.
Yeah.
Real life perspective show stopping by saying what up, fellas. Well, welcome.
Hey.
Welcome. It's certainly a new name and always happy to have you. There was a pink and stink versus Jerry Lord. That one I don't remember. But there you go. I'd want the heartbreak set, kick Marty through it.
Yeah,
they should make the barbershop. Do they have the barbershop? Is that
no, not officially, but there's a guy, the one I used. What's his? God, I'm drawing a blank to what his page is. But he 3D prints it, and he did an amazing job with that. Like those artists too, like that has been such a breakthrough as well as does all the 3D printing and what all my talented friends and peers in the community make. Like, it's just mind blowing. With like people's head sculpts and stages and the barber
stages are really cool.
It's just so freaking cool. I wish I knew how to do all that stuff.
Well, you can't be good at everything.
No, you can't. I'll leave it to everybody else. They could have their cake and eat it too. I'll just watch and buy it from them. But
that's exactly how I feel.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah, I just love how artistic the community is. It's just so freaking cool to see what everybody does.
It's almost like there's like a job for everybody in this community.
Yeah.
Right? You got your dio makers, you got your sculptors, your painters,
your animators.
If you try to do them all, you can't do the thing that you want to do. You'll run out of time.
Right? Oh yeah. Sure. That's already my problem.
I'm assuming real life the perspective show here is a buddy of yours. He says, Matt, you're great at everything despite the rumors. So, and then Dr. Nick says, would love to see your figure collection.
Yeah.
I mean, so like, do you know off the top of your head, it's atrocious? How many figures do you have at this point?
I know that look. I have the same feeling.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My basement right now looks like a stock room of a Walmart or Target. So, but all toys.
It's empty? Oh.
Yeah. Right. Ain't that the truth? But
all the cards are smashed?
I should say I could restock a Walmart or Target. Let's put it that way. But,
or stock,
on a good day, it looks like their stock room. But yeah, I'm blessed with the stuff I get sent to me, but I have a hard time keeping up with even what comes to me on top of what I'm buying and ordering half the time. But I have a huge collection. Yeah, the stair hauls. It's so funny. On Facebook, I post my hauls. I don't post them as often as I did, but I'll post it just on my staircase because it, levels it out where you can see everything easier. And it's just become like such a part of me, like my brand, so to speak, are these stair pictures, and everybody just loves them. I'm like, why? It's literally just figures placed on stairs. Like, it's just so funny to me.
Oh, I think I've heard about that through D Blake.
That's funny.
Mentioned. I think he mentioned you. Yeah, like you
didn't mention you
in particular. Yeah, the stairs. Like somebody was taking pictures with the stairs and their hall, and like they would just lay out their hall on their stairs, and I'm like, huh. I mean, I do that too, but I don't take pictures of it. It's the easiest place to put stuff when I'm taking them in.
Yeah,
and then I'm just like, I'll deal with it later, and then it's just a pile of toys on the side of my stairs.
Yep, and that's my wife's favorite. Is like she's like, I can't bring down the laundry because your shit's everywhere. Part of my friend.
That's okay. I screwed it up earlier. You're good. Steve says he's really good at content consumption. That's what he does.
Hey, Steve,
we need that just as much as anything, buddy.
You're probably the most important one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if anything, that is the most important part. And I'm wondering here, Dom wants to know if we can help him with his dilemma. Walmart has shipped his Booker T in black and Stevie Ray in blue, and he reordered Stevie Ray.
I need a blue Stevie. Yeah,
I think Customs by Machu had the same problem. I'm not sure if they're the opposite. So if they are the opposite, then you should definitely hit up Customs by Machu.
Okay.
Because he was looking for.
Yeah, mine still haven't shipped yet from Walmart. The Stevie Rays is weird. They keep saying they arrive Friday, but it's like, well, when are you planning to ship it? Because it's going to be Thursday tomorrow.
Are they still in stock? I'm gonna order them because I need.
Yeah, maybe. They go in and out. I don't know. Walmart's the worst, so
I have the Nitro ring, so I want to build up the WCW roster, so that's why.
Sure.
This show was not sponsored by Walmart, thanks to here. Anyway, so
yeah, don't get me on a Walmart rant. We don't want to go down that path. Yes, hey, Clinton's here. Hey, buddy. Yeah, custom toy rings are amazing. Yep.
Yeah.
And Clinton actually helped me with a project that I'm going to be announcing soon too.
Hey, do you want to give us an exclusive? You want to share it with everybody?
I don't have the poster to show you. I totally would have done that.
But. Well, you'll have to come back when you're ready. When you get the
poster, you go. Yeah.
Come back and we'll do that.
Hold up. I'm intrigued. What are these custom rings?
So Custom Toy Rings is one of my good friends who they made. I don't know if you saw my Cody versus Rollins Hell in a Cell project. Yes. Okay, so he made the red cell for me. So and he made like the Goldust picture. He made the In Your House stage and stuff.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Like, he's super talented, and he actually makes rings from scratch that are built like a real wrestling ring, but for the figures.
Oh,
I don't own one of those, but it's so cool. He's so talented. I can't express enough how talented JJ and Nate are. So
there you go.
Great.
Yeah, he made. Yeah, there you go.
Now. There you go.
Yep. Right. Yep. Yes, I don't know if he. Yeah, he made the WrestleMania stage with the HBK, and
there's the total nonstop action. See?
Yeah.
It's
exciting ring.
Nonstop action. No.
Not what Jay shot originally.
Not what I thought it was. That'd be a very different ring. But yeah, this stuff. Look at the custom belt buckles there.
Yeah, he made. Yeah, that's the Sting thing he made for me too. Yeah.
Turnbuckles.
Turnbuckles. That's it. I knew there were. I would have gotten there eventually. But yeah, this looks awesome.
Definitely hit him up.
LED. That looks great. Look at that.
Yeah, he's so talented.
Awesome. So there you go. All right. Well,
yeah, I'm about to. There goes my money.
There it goes.
Yeah,
there it goes.
It's worth. It's definitely worth it. He puts a lot of time into his stuff, and just so good.
Someone's timer's going off. It's time to end the show.
Oh no, that's my wife taking out the pup. But
what kind of dog? Talk to us.
Oh, she's Havanese cockapoo.
Oh, you can't say
if
that.
She was over here. I'd pick her up and show you, but I'll show you in a few minutes.
All right. Oh, let's see. What else? We did have a comment here saying the real life perspective show wants to know your top 3 wrestlers. We talked about your favorite matches. What are your top 3 wrestlers?
Bray Wyatt would probably be my number 1. Thinking back to childhood, like Goldberg and Hollywood Hogan were my favorites as a kid growing up, and Sting and Undertaker. Trying to think, I think Bray though would rank highest for me in terms of someone like I just absolutely loved versus someone I like. So I don't really have a top wrestler right now, to be honest. So it's hard because I've just not bought into somebody as strongly as I did Bray Wyatt. So, and without him, since he passed recently, it's hard. I have to find that wrestler again to really sink myself into.
Especially since we're getting as we get older and as the time, as the torch gets passed, it's like you have to always find a new favorite every generation. It's not like we could just reboot to Hulk Hogan again.
Right. Yeah, it's I like someone I'm starting to like a lot, even though he's out now too, of course, is Jacob Fatu. I was just really impressed with him with the bloodline and how he just outshined everybody the moment he debuted. And I'm eager to see where his career goes. So I don't know. It's a bummer he just got injured, so hopefully he has a prosperous career going forward. But I'm excited to see him, and of course Bo Dallas. I'm very excited carrying Bray's torch, so really hoping they don't drop the ball with that. But
Berserk saying no Seth Rollins love.
Hey,
I like Rollins.
He's one of my tops.
All right.
Yeah, I don't dislike Rollins at all.
One of my top favorites, not one of my tops. Jesus Christ. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. What Machu, what would you say you were top? Seth Rollins.
Yeah, what are yours?
Top wrestlers. Top favorite wrestlers?
Yes, top favorite wrestlers. Yeah, sorry.
Well, HBK.
HBK is a good one too. Yeah.
Kurt Angle.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
And more recent, like in the recent times, more is Seth Rollins. Also because I actually met him like back in like 2015
that's cool.
At a CrossFit competition. So that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
And it was during, like, he was a heel at that time, and he didn't have to be nice to me, but he was awesome to talk to. We were both warming up for like our heat, and we were doing overhead squats, and it's kind of awkward because it's like we were facing each other while doing squats, and I'm like, "Hey man, I'm a big fan."
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, with the barbell over my head.
Yeah,
but he was really cool. He was like, "What got you into CrossFit?" I'm like, "Actually, you did." I saw a tweet about you asking about what CrossFit gyms are around in the area, and I looked it up, and then that's what got me into CrossFit. And CrossFit is what got me to meet J-Shot.
That's true.
So
really,
if it wasn't for Seth Rollins,
there you go. It all comes back to Seth Rollins.
I love that though. That's fun.
Yeah. No. So maybe he could be a tap. No. Let's not go back there.
Oh man. All right. So, I would have to go Flair, Andre the Giant, and Rhea Ripley in TNA. Man Beast Boy says Brett, Hogan, Warrior, Rock, Stone Cold. There you go. And then I
have to fit in Macho Man somewhere there.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, that's a great choice for sure.
Weapon 13, CrossFit Bros. We've also got Captain McKay now saying CrossFit Sentinels. There you go. We'll have to work out in the helmets. That
oh my god,
that'll be the thing. That'll be the thing. No. But yeah, man. I like Matt. I mean, we're about coming up on time, so obviously want to be respectful of your time and everybody else's time. Thank you so much for being here. Is there anything else outside of making sure that everybody follows you on Instagram, everybody follows your YouTube channel, which is MBG1211. I'm assuming it's a birthday, so we should make sure December 11th. We wish you a happy birthday. And also want to shout out Ringside. You got Ringside Collectibles code MBG gets you 10%. Loom Cube you get 15% off.
So right with codes that go through.
Matt 15 and Extreme Sets MGB1211 gets you 15% off too. So make sure you hit all those.
Remember to
use
that next time.
I appreciate this.
Oh my god, this is a terrible idea. Sentinels with singlets. That is a terrible idea. Terrible idea. But man, like
the HasLab Sentinel singlets, right?
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Not us. Printed with our faces on them. Oh my god. The
new Sentinels that are coming out, the 2-packs. We can get signals for those.
We get signals for those. Perfect.
Machu, what was the comment you mentioned in backstage? I wanted to. You never shared what that was.
No, because like I think you were having a conversation with somebody else in like one of my old videos.
Really?
But it was just like it was surreal to see. Like I've seen this name before. Like I remember seeing this name in like one of the comments in my old videos.
It's just such a small world.
Yeah, so like that, like I've mentioned it before, but like I did like also do a stop motion in my old YouTube page, which I don't have access to anymore. It's actually somebody else has hacked that account and now puts up different stuff.
Wow.
Like you can actually look it up. But like it was my first stop motions were of wrestling figures.
Sure.
And that was like I think our first interaction like 16 years ago.
That's crazy. You guys have been talking for 16 years. You didn't even know it. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
But that's like the coolest thing for me being on Instagram is like reconnecting with people that used to watch my stuff. It's like, hey, like I'll get that comment every now and then, like, hey, you know, you were my childhood. Like I grew up watching your stuff, and it's so cool seeing you doing stuff now. And like those comments like mean the world to me. Is like these people still keeping up with me from when they were a kid, you know. And granted, I'm still a big kid myself, but like, you know, I've grown up with so many people in the community, and that's like so fulfilling to me. It's just having all these great people that I could talk to, like you guys, you know, and sharing this fun stuff together. And you know, that's my escape from the stresses of life, you know, is my photography. That's what, you know, is my like mental escape every week, is to just lose myself into my art, you know, and then share it with everybody.
It's your escape until the figures start falling down. Then that brings the stress right back up.
It sure does.
I'm going to give a shout out here to the Real Life Perspective Show, who says if you guys like GPK, which I'm assuming is Garbage Pail Kids, swing by my live on Friday. Live sketch artist guesting. Would love to have you party with us. So there you go. Check out Real Life Perspective Show. You know, like we say, there's room for everybody in the community, and luckily he's doing a show on Friday and not Wednesdays. So always happy to promote that. And then Dom, of course, gets us with the no singlets, Speedos only, and copious amounts of baby oil. I don't know where we go from that other than to get out of here real quickly before somebody super chats enough money for us to go get some baby oil. But Matt, excited to see what you come up with next, dude. And you know, appreciate you sharing everything with us. And
thank you so much.
Just your love of wrestling, your love of these figures, and you know, and just the talk about where we start and how to go from here. But you know, most of all, just the community, and it's been awesome. And like we say to the people we like, not everybody. You're welcome back anytime you want, dude. Just
hell yeah.
When you're ready for that announcement, you got a poster, bring it out. We're happy to throw you back on here. Are you going to any events? Anything like coming up next where people should be looking out for you or anything like that?
Not event wise, but I do have a new post going out either Friday or Saturday, most likely. But yeah, I guess my next thing would just be look out for my next project, my next big project, I should say. So I try to do those a few times a year, so because they're very artistically demanding. So, but yeah, I appreciate the support so much. So thank you guys.
We're here for it, man, and we're excited to see your pulling through the ring shot too that you're going to be working on.
No, thank you again for talking that out with me, because I'm definitely going to explore that. So that'd be really fun to do.
And then when we launch our other show, you'll be here in 2025 too. So Bachu, you going anywhere? You gonna be here? What do you got? Is the ZoloCon coming up, or that's not for a little bit?
I think ZoloCon's this weekend, and I might do that. I might do just the Saturday.
Okay.
Gotta say what's up to D Blake and get some new signs, because I don't have enough of them.
Yeah, no, well, you never have.
No, he has a whole bunch of new ones.
On it. He's got and he's got a whole bunch of new ones. Shout out to D Blake. He's got new signs, and he's got Daredevil. What would Billy?
I need to get those Billy clubs too. Awesome. I want to help him out with that too.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to thank Real Life Perspective Show for reminding everybody to hit that like button. Hit that subscribe, whether you're watching on Machu's channel, you're watching on my channel, or you want to go check out Matt's channel, Matt, at MBG1211. I'm going to be saying that in my sleep. 1211. Go hit all those like and subscribes. They don't do anything else for you. It doesn't cost you anything, but it means the world to us, and it means the world to us when you show up here every week and watch us do our silly little show. I don't. My family doesn't have to be the only ones that do that see that intro 9 times before it happens live. It's always nice to do that, but I think the only way, because again, he's out J-shotting us to end this show, is to count it off and go 1, 2, 3. It's over.